You're watching continuing local news coverage from Colorado's biggest news team. Now, Fox 31 Morning News at 9. We're on it.
We've got a snow squall warning in effect for another 15 minutes right over the heart of the metro area. We'll talk about what exactly that means and what you can expect coming up.
And yeah, speaking of that snowfall, I'm out towards Brighton, and we have a lot of snowfall out here, actually very poor visibility as well, as you can see from the Pinpoint Weather Beast. I'll give you all those details coming up in just a few minutes.
And this afternoon, presidential candidate Nikki Haley will be in Centennial. We're on it with those details.
God's saying to me, raising this child is going to be a responsibility.
Russell Wilson speaking out about being a stepdad, raising Sierra's son with future. We're live with our partners at TMZ with more this morning. It's 9 o'clock. It's a Pinpoint Weather Alert day. A lot to get to, so let's get to it. We cover weather like nobody else in town, so thanks for hanging with us here on Fox 31. I'm Drew Engelbart.
I'm Nicole Fierro, and it is all coming in right now. We are looking at multiple screens from all of our reporters across the metro area, even in the Lakewood area. We are seeing it come in, giving you live looks at the road.
That's right. That snow squall is here, as Kylie's been talking about, but I want to show you this video from Skyfox earlier this morning. They showed that cold front moving in. And Kylie, I know you said since we went on the air this morning, between 8 and 9 o'clock, it was going to hit here in the metro, and bam, it just hit, and it's coming.
Well, and it's kind of funny. It fizzled out a little bit toward Fort Collins. And I told Drew, I was like, oh, man, this might be a little bit of a bust. Nope, it has come back in a big way. So you can see we've got two different snow squall warnings, one down in southwestern Colorado and one right in the heart of the metro area. I'm hearing from so many of you saying, yeah, it went from clear blue to completely white out conditions. And that's exactly what a snow squall is and why we talk about it. I like to call it a whiteout warning because that's exactly what it is. And you can notice, though, where we just had those whiteout conditions in Boulder, Longmont, Loveland just a couple of minutes ago, it is now starting to improve. So it's usually not a long-lasting event, but we've got that snow squall warning in effect for the Denver metro area through 9:15. But you can see it's moving south. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get another one that kind of stacks up just to the south of this as this cold front continues to move on through. Winds are incredibly gusty behind this front. It is definitely having an impact. It's cooling off those temperatures. We went from in the mid 40s and some rain to now down solidly in the 20s. And not only that, we're getting snow. We're also seeing a little bit of grapple. So kind of those like softer snow pellets that are coming down. I'm hearing from so many of you about. And then you can see with Futurecast, this quick little burst moves on to the south. We'll see it head toward Castle Rock and Parker by the later part of this morning. And then we get a bit of a break. There might just be a couple of lingering showers into this afternoon and this evening before we are done. Now, I don't think this is a lot necessarily that's going to stick to the roads, but we are seeing it stack up in a few spots, especially if you get right underneath the heart of that snow squall warning. For today, we already hit that daytime high. We're going to be in the 30s and 20s the rest of the day. 50s are back tomorrow, though. We'll talk more about that in just a few.
Thank you so much. And right now, snow is moving through the Front Range. We have had multiple snow squall warnings throughout the morning. Kylie has been telling us about it.
It started up in Fort Collins, made its way down here into the metro. Now we've got meteorologist Greg Perez and the Pinpoint Weather Beast with a live look at conditions. Greg, where are you guys now? Because that visibility is an issue. It's dangerous.
Good morning, Drew and Nicole. Yeah, we're on the around I-76 and E-470. And what I will say is conditions have disintegrated greatly over the past couple of minutes. Let's take a look outside from the Pinpoint Weather Beast. As you can see, visibility is really, really poor on I-76. We have hit a few slick spots as well as we are getting onto the I-76 corridor. Definitely want to stay inside if you're able to do so. And we are right in the heart of this snow squall warning, which lasts up until around 9:15. As Kylie was talking about, it's not that it lasts so long, but it just causes such dangerous conditions in a very, very short amount of time. Again, about 10-15 minutes ago, this was not the case. Visibility was just fine. We were able to see for miles. As you can tell, we're on I-76 pushing towards the city center, and yeah, visibility not great whatsoever. On top of that, we're already starting to see more and more accumulations on the roadways, and that's causing all sorts of problems. So right now we're going about 25-30 miles per hour below the speed limit, just because that's all we can really do in order to keep us safe in the Pinpoint Weather Beast. Not a whole lot of people on the roadways. Earlier this morning, we saw more people. That's just not the case right now. So it seems like people are, for the most part, staying smart and staying home. And if you're able to do so, I certainly would recommend you do that. At least until this snow squall warning expires. Reporting live from the Weather Beast, Greg Perez, Fox 31 News.
Well, it's what Kylie was talking about. It's a whiteout. It's visibility issues, and if you're traveling 70 miles an hour on an interstate, it can be dangerous.
And it comes in quick, right? So it kind of is a shock for you guys on the road. I mean, we just checked in with you a little while ago. Totally different scene. Thank you for giving us those conditions, telling us to slow down like you guys are doing to keep people safe. Let's continue our team weather coverage.
Yeah, that snow squall here in the metro. You can see it even along 6th Avenue. That's where we've got Jim Hooley and crew. And man, Jim, you talk about what a difference 15, 20 minutes makes, huh?
What happened? Where is Kylie? I need to talk to her. I mean, my goodness, I thought she was full of it just a little while ago. I thought she was crazy an hour or so ago talking about, a pinpoint weather alert day and all that. And all of a sudden, the bottom dropped out. I mean, we were over on Santa Fe. It was nice. It was almost sunny. And now look at this. We're on Lakewood right now, heading toward Golden. We're heading westbound here on 6th Avenue. And it all of a sudden has changed drastically. The road now is covered with snow, even though it's been so warm over the past 24 hours or so. But the temperature has dropped down to about 36 degrees here. And the snow now is sticking to the roadway. And as we've been saying, these are very, very slick, dangerous conditions. If you're driving a little too fast, you could run into trouble. A lot of people have dropped their speeds down here on 6th Avenue. We're at about 40 miles per hour. But I have to apologize to Kylie. I mean, this squall came through. I mean, beforehand, I won't tell you what I was saying. But anyway, we were standing out in some beautiful conditions earlier this morning, and now we have this. It's going to last for a while, as you said, but in the meantime, it's moving south. We're heading west right now over to Golden to check it out. Visibility has dropped down. Our speeds have dropped down. Our temperature has dropped down. And the snow, obviously, is really coming down in the middle of this squall as we head over to Golden. On 6th Avenue, I'm Jim Hooley. I'm sorry, Kylie. I think I took your name in the wrong way. I'm Jim Hooley, Fox 30.
Yeah,
you're not crazy after all.
I heard her yelling some stuff from the background there. But hey, they said it between 8 and 9 o'clock, and it hit right at that time in the metro. You guys be careful driving. We're going to check back in and see what it looks like in the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, let's head over to Crested Butte this morning, where Gunnison County Sheriff's Office is reporting Colorado's second deadly snowmobile accident in just 2 days. This one happened in the Splains Gulch area. That's just west of Crested Butte. A 49-year-old was found dead at the scene. Another person was injured and transported to the hospital. Now, this comes just 1 day after a 38-year-old man died on a snowmobile that was about 45 miles northeast of Meeker. Meanwhile, it would be a great time right now to download the Pinpoint Weather Alert app. Kylie sent out an alert just a little while ago, right before all of this came through, what you are seeing now from our team coverage. You can get customized forecasts and track the snow on its radar. It is free for Apple and Android phones.
You know, we keep it live and local for you because it's Pinpoint Weather Alert Day. And look at that. We've got Broncos head coach Sean Payton speaking at the Scouting Combine right now in Indianapolis. Let's go ahead and listen in.
And I think that oftentimes the systems that they're in can be difficult to evaluate. You know, it's harder to find good inside linebackers anymore. It used to be difficult to evaluate offensive tackles because teams were running, option football, veer schemes, wishbone, or what have you. Now we get great film in evaluating whether guys can pass protect or not. But then conversely, we get more difficult film at other positions. To your point with quarterbacks, I think that I think one thing that's hard to measure is their ability to multitask and process and make decisions. It's one thing, like you can visit with someone and, they can be intelligent, but man, how quickly can they deliver the information and how quickly can they get through the progression? Are they accurate? There's some fundamental things that we have to see that are present. And so sometimes it's not as difficult as we make it out to be. And then sometimes, listen, it's very difficult. And so I think we'll be really good at this. And I think to some degree we're glad that a lot of people aren't.
All right, again, there it is. Sean Payton, the head coach of the Denver Broncos, speaking with reporters at the Scouting Combine in Indianapolis. We know General Manager George Payton's going to speak in a little bit, so we're going to bring you some of that. But, of course, everyone wants to know what's going to happen with Russell Wilson If he says anything about that, you can bet we're going to bring it to you right here on Fox. In the meantime, we're going to move on with some more local news.
Yeah, we got a lot going on here this morning. Today, Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley is also visiting Colorado. She'll be in the area as her campaign is in the midst of a cross-country blitz.
You know, even people in her own party are calling for her to drop out because of how far away she's been from the former president in all of the polling and all the primaries thus far. Well, Fox 31's Lisa D'Souza is on it. And Lisa, the snow's coming down on the south side there. I see that. But first, we've got to talk about Nikki Haley coming to town.
Right, just like I said, a double-digit loss in South Carolina, very, very telling. That was what everything was really weighing on for the future of her campaign. In a lot of people's eyes, including Nikki Haley, she's coming off of this fresh trip from Michigan as well, saying that she's not going to drop out until we are at least through Super Tuesday. So we know 1:30 this afternoon, that's when she's expected to speak here at this rally here in Centennial at Wings Over the Rockies. So again, coming alongside some dwindling campaign news for her. The billionaire-backed Koch group had stopped funding towards her run after that double-digit loss in South Carolina. Of course, that's where she was governor from 2011 to 2017. Her campaign touting $1 million raised in grassroots funding following the South Carolina loss, in addition to an endorsement from former U.S. Minnesota Senator Rudy Boschwitz. Now, some speculate the strategy of her coming to our state at all is all to try and pick up some independent votes, as the Colorado GOP has already formally endorsed Trump. So again, this is all getting underway at 1:30 this afternoon. We're going to have team coverage on it, of course, bringing you the very latest. For now, we're live in Centennial. Lisa D'Souza, Fox 31.
It'll be interesting to see what she has to say, and like Lisa said, we'll be on it for you down there in Centennial. Thanks.
Yeah, you saw Wings of the Rockies also seeing that squall right now. We're seeing it everywhere, bringing it to you live. Coming up, we're going to give you more of that weather coverage, plus why Americans are delaying or skipping the doctor's office altogether. New at 9, we are live with the doctor discussing a new study that found high levels of patient burnout and what that is, how to avoid.
It feels like a betrayal because we open our arms to everyone, and it's kind of a shock.
And a local smoke shop owner on the edge this morning after two people stole more than $50,000 worth. We're live and local with the search for those suspects.
And we've got a new snow squall warning in effect now until 10 o'clock this morning. We're going to talk about the timing and the impacts coming up.